Welcome to Vught Gaming. My name is Alex, and with me, as always, Eric.
Hi, good day to you, Alex.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and I'm really looking forward to see the blue mill deck in action, because we haven't seen that kind of deck in a long time, right?
Yes, mill is not usually a viable strategy in any of the tournament formats, but in a nice kitchen table casual match, you get to see decks like that.
Yeah, and this is real fun to play, and well, if
Yeah.
you can win with that, it's really unique, because it's not a normal, strategy to get a person down to a 0 life, right?
Yeah, normally you get a person by taking away his life. Now you get him by taking away the cards. Which also has the added benefit of depriving your opponent of the good stuff in his deck. Hopefully.
Yeah, you see all the good cards go into his graveyard.
And we're on our way.
A dismal Blackwater by the mill deck. No action, still no action, but we get some action from Alex.
Ah, the spies.
Talking about
Yeah,
frustrating your opponent.
It's the poor man's version of Thoughtseize.
Exactly.
Since it can only target creatures and planeswalkers.
And
there are exactly no creatures or planeswalkers in.
But Alex does know what he can expect now.
Yes.
And he sees that he's gonna have to throw away a lot of cards in a couple of turns. What hell? What do you expect from a blue mill deck?
Exactly this. A lot of mill.
Now let's see if we get some mill action. Yep.
The Hedron crab, and whenever the mill player plays a land, that will be 3 cards to the graveyard.
That's exactly what Alex does now.
Fortunately for the mill deck, he's versing a Blue-Black Singleton deck, which isn't one of the fastest decks. If you were facing something like a red dash deck or a red deck wins,
you would be dead in turn 4, right? Or 5 maybe. Yeah.
That's why mill isn't a viable strategy in the tournaments, because it's just too slow.
It's too slow. But he has a chance against black and blue Singleton deck.
And let's see what happens. Apparently no play on the second turn for blue-black. And that's, yeah, kind of worrying, since blue-black is the deck in this match that will have to do the beatdown.
Another land comes into play.
Yeah, that's again 3 cards.
Yeah. And 7 more.
Yeah, just keep going.
Due to a mind sculpt. Oh my god. That's so frustrating, right? To see all your powerful, well, and especially in a Singleton deck, you see all your powerful creatures and spells go into the graveyard.
Yeah, but hopefully in a Singleton deck you only have good cards. So.
Yeah, exactly. But in a, black and green you can
we have a morph.
You can get it back. Yep. A little surprise under there.
Possibly.
Oh, could be a lot of cards. I mean, you see a lot of cards with morph in the newer decks.
And let's see what.
A land again.
Yeah,
so
another 3 cards. All lands.
Still no damage, yeah.
And another 7 for Mind Sculpt.
So how many did he put in his graveyard in 2 turns now? That's about 20, right?
14, 20, yeah.
At least.
There's 20 plus cards in the graveyard already.
In how many turns? 4.
4.
Oh, and a grind clock joins the play.
Yeah, grind clock is a slower method, but once you get enough counters on it.
Well, it's one of the methods, I think, because with the Hedron Crab and the instance the blue mill deck is playing,
yeah,
combined.
Yeah, and some of the blue-black control decks actually use grind clock as a win condition. They just counter everything or remove everything the opponent plays and just bring grind clock into play, and then slowly grind the deck away.
Nice. But the Singleton deck does have some counter spells too. I mean, he's not specifically counter based. I don't know what the win condition is for the Singleton blue-black deck.
Oh, learn from the past. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library.
Well, that's convenient, right? So all the cards who were put in the graveyard are shuffled back into the library now. Blue Mill deck doesn't like that card very much. But then again, it's a singleton deck, so only one copy of it in the deck.
Yeah, and I think there's maybe 12 cards or so the blue-black player has seen. And one of them was this card, whereas 20 plus cards have already been mailed away. And this card wasn't among them. So
lucky him.
Yeah, that's a very lucky draw. And the first points of damage for the match.
Wow, and still we're at 2020.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lifelands.
And the blue mill player is going to need all the life he can get.
We'll see some more life gaining cards, right? So, Elixir of Immortality, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there we go. That was a wild guess. So
I could imagine Radiant Fountain as well.
Yeah, sure. But this card gives 5 life, and you may shuffle your graveyard into your library again, right?
So all those discard spells you used are now going back into your library.
So with a bit of luck, you can draw them again, and you know to discard 7 cards, the card cost is only 2, I believe. So yes. I don't know what's the name of the card exactly, but that's
Mind Sculpt.
Mind Sculpt, like in Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Exactly.
But I don't think he has Jace in his deck. Not in this deck, anyhow.
Grind Clocks again. Now 2 counters on it.
Still charging to be used later.
Yeah, Grind Clock is always a bit hard to judge when you should stop charging and start using it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do it too soon, you won't mill fast enough, and if you do it too late,
you're
the creature
dead.
damage will be too much.
And you're dead.
You'll be dead. Mardu Strike Leader.
Oh, very nice card. I believe he dashed that, did he? Or
I think he hardcast it.
Yeah, he hardcasted it. We can see that in the mana he tapped.
Yeah, he's leaving open some mana, possibly for the morph.
Yeah, exactly. Or for a counter spell, although I don't know the casting cost.
Another landfall, another 3 cards.
No. What is he? Oh, is that?
It's a Stratus Dancer, I believe.
Yeah, isn't that the card that can counter an instant or sorcery spell?
Yes.
Ah, exactly.
That would be fortunate if you could use it.
Yeah. However, we don't see any. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, traumatized, and it's immediately countered by using the Megamorph.
Ah, well played. Well played. Exactly.
And
the card
again,
needed.
Very fortuitous that he
had
that counter available.
So the singleton deck has drawn a bit of luck in this this game.
Yeah, this is absolutely a lot of luck.
Well, you need luck, but this is luck on luck on luck, so...
Yeah, it's gonna run out at some point.
Then again, it's beautiful to see that, you know, the card was put down, was morphed, or megamorphed later to counter the spell, so that's exactly what you want with that card.
I think we are now at the point where the mill deck needs to start defending, or removing creatures from the other side, otherwise it will go down very, very fast.
Too many opponents.
Palace Siege for dragons, so each upkeep Blue Mill will lose 2 life and the Blue-Black Singleton will gain 2 life. So that definitely puts him on a clock.
Yeah, that puts him on a clock and gives the Singleton deck the edge now, because the damage is now really gonna turn towards the Blue Mill deck.
Yeah. Starting
this turn and
only... The Strike Leader gives an extra warrior token each time it attacks.
Yeah.
So that the damage will multiply in a couple of turns.
Exactly.
So some sort... Yeah, blue doesn't have a lot of board wipe.
Oh, do you see that? I think that the Singleton deck points out that the Grind Clock didn't lose his counters when you use it, right? Or
yeah,
how does
the
that
counters
work?
stay on the Grind Clock.
Exactly. Okay. So you can charge it later for more, or...
Decimator Web. Now, target opponent loses 2 life, gets a poison counter, and then puts the top 6 cards of his library into the graveyard.
Nice card, but it does cost 4.
Exactly, the activation cost is pretty
quite high. Yeah. But still, another tool to, you know, mill some cards.
Yeah, and there we go with the Battle Siege.
Start of the turn, 22-15 now. And
he's
only 1 creature for the blue mill deck, so he's really in a world of hurt in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, the question is, will he sacrifice the Hedron Crab to block?
Well,
or will he keep it so he can mill some more?
Yeah.
But if he chooses to block with it, it won't kill another creature.
Nope.
So I could imagine he will just...
It only prevents damage.
Yeah.
Oh, CDC's Fateful.
And he can exploit.
Yeah, I was looking in his graveyard earlier, so...
and he exploits the token.
So he's gonna look for...
Possibly the Learn from the Past? No. I think it's a Gormach Swiftwing.
Is it the Flying Haste First Strike?
Yes. Which is a nice combination to have.
Yeah, exactly. And he puts it down instantly.
Yeah. So, and it can also attack this turn.
And it flies right over the Hedron Crab.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You morph creatures face down, not face up.
Small mistake. Ah, well.
Yeah, well, so much for the surprise element.
Yep.
He has 2, 3, 5 or 6 damage this turn he can do.
Well, we'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And another
warrior for next
another
turn.
Token. It's getting crowded there.
7 damage in total, down to 8.
So it's 22-8 now for the Singleton deck, and it's looking...
He either has to sweep the board this turn,
it's looking good for the blue mill.
There's just too many creatures on the side of the Blue-Black Singleton.
So is that the weakness of the blue mill deck too? That it doesn't have enough creatures to block or to, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't need...
He does put an occultist down, self-off occultist.
Yeah, token blocker.
If he dies, the Singleton deck has to mill some more, but...
Yeah, by this point, he's got 1 turn, I think. So, he really needs a sweeper, but blue doesn't have any. That's the trouble with blue.
Exactly.
There are no Wrath of Gods in blue.
So, the Singleton deck is at 24 now.
And the blue player at 6.
I think this is over in 1 or 2 turns.
The Stratus Dancer is flying, the Gormach Swiftwing is flying, and I think we saw the Goodle Merc Lurker under that morph. And that's unblockable.
Okay.
So that might already be enough to finish it this turn.
Yep,
and
he's gonna morph it.
We see the Megamorph, which makes it a 2-power creature which can't be blocked.
And then he can attack with it, right? Because it was on the battlefield last turn.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any...
No summoning sickness.
Exactly.
That's 3 in the air, 4 in the air, and 2 unblockable.
And that'll be it.
That's game. And
yeah, we see the hands, and so nice demonstration of a blue mill deck. Unfortunately, it, you know, the first few turns were promising, but then there were too many creatures on the table for the mill deck to do a strategy. And well, nice demonstration though. You don't see those decks very often.